I think we're overlooking a really crucial part of the waiting tables experience, which is the weeds dreams.
The weeds dreams? Ah, the weeds dreams. The being in the weeds dreams.
Yeah.
Would you explain what the being in the weeds is for the kind people?
Being in the weeds is when you're so behind you can't even think straight, and you've got several tables at once waiting for stuff, and you panic. You go into panic mode.
Yeah.
So you can't think about what you need or remember what they said, and you're so panicky you stop writing stuff down. So then you really don't know what they wanted.
Right.
So when you're in the weeds, you're just so behind that you know you're about to get stiffed on 5 tables at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you're a chicken with your head cut off, running around trying to food serve.
Yeah, and whenever I start having weeds dreams, that's when I have to leave a job because I know it's not working for me.
Yeah.
Weeds dreams, you'll have them every night when you go to sleep and you're in the weeds in your nightmare, and it's the most horrible feeling ever.
Yeah.
My sister once told me she had dreams like that when she used to work at a craft store, and they were so busy all the time. She was a cashier.
Okay. As a cashier, really?
She would have dreams where she would literally sit up in bed in the middle of the night and be moving like this, checking people out. And
wow.
That was a stressful job for her too. She really doesn't like people. So it was whenever you start having the weeds dream, it's over for you.
Yeah,
you quit.
Yeah.
So
have your views on people kind of improved since you've dropped it? Because neither of us works in food service now, and it's been a number of years since we have. No, you still think people are kind of off the books.
Well, because I do animal rescue stuff, so.
That's true.
You definitely don't meet very nice people doing that.
That's true. That's true.
I guess if I didn't do that either, I probably would have a, better view on humanity, but it wouldn't be accurate.
So you think it's accurate to think they're all just losers?
Not losers per se, but people I think they don't have a lot of respect for other people. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Let me just come.
Nice move, nice move.
So things I remember the most are tables who really were just outrightly horrible. I don't remember any really good ones, but I remember
really
bad ones.
See, I always remember the very good ones because the bad ones are too many to remember. Although unless they're really bad, I do remember.
Bad to me specifically. One table I remember was this family, and the dad was making fun of his daughter.
Ah.
And he kept telling her she was an oink oink for trying to order a hamburger, and he was making an oinking sound.
Oh,
he was
shameful.
laughing, and he turns to me and goes, "So do you think that's funny?" I said, "No, not at all, actually."
Yeah.
No.
Shameful.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was really embarrassing for me to watch that.
Yeah.
And probably humiliating for her.
I should think so.
But that was one of the things I remember. I don't remember any awesome tables I ever waited on. But.
Did racism, I think, is a huge part of life in the South and really anywhere. And I know that it seems to be a little amped up from my experience in food service. Was race, as it were, an issue for anyone you have ever worked with in food service? Particularly in terms of table waiting?
What's funny is that in all the restaurants I've worked at, I've not worked with that many people other than white people waiting tables. Only a couple.
Okay, what about the clientele?
The clientele just depends on where you're working, I guess.
But I mean, have the white people you've worked with predominantly had any kind of inborn, perhaps, preordained negative feelings?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
They have. Okay.
Nobody wants to wait on black people.
And that's been my experience as well. What is the reason for that, from your understanding?
Other people seem to be under the impression that they will not tip you.
Yeah.
I think honestly it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It is. I totally agree.
They're thinking, I don't care who it is, foreigners too. You think they're not going to tip you, and then you treat them like and then they don't tip you.
Yeah.
Wow, what a surprise.
Exactly. I found that to be the case as well.
But I've had several instances where I was really put my place on that, where I got really, really good tip from people that I was not getting good tip from.
Awesome.
So I can't say that it's an accurate perception, but certainly it's one people think about all the time.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. And I agree with you entirely. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy because the service is horrendous. I've seen my friends from food service who do show, at least in the field, racist kind of tendencies, and the service is horrible.
Yeah. No joke, they're not going to tip you. You're awful.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple groups of people that you automatically assume are not going to tip you.
One of which is the church crowd.
Church crowd, forget it. You might as well just stay home.
It's true.
You're absolutely not going to get tipped from
I once got a tip from a
That is really true. That's not just me.
See,
they really don't tip.
I remember there was this one kid who got $10 off like a 3-top of Pentecostals, and hey, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
Shocking.
Of course, that very same day, my tip, my biggest tip from the Pentecostals was $2 and a card from the local Pentecostal church, like a business card saying, "Here, come to church."
Yeah.
And the woman actually handed it to me personally and said, here's a tip for you.
We used to collect them at the one restaurant I worked at. We would collect them on the bulletin board back in the back, the little cards,
Awesome.
notes and things, and Jesus loves you type of
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
And we would say when we got enough, we would go ahead and send them. Oh, sorry. We would
Sure.
go ahead and send them into the electric company.
Sure.
Anyway,
You send them into who?
the
What?
electric company, because clearly that would be something that they would want. They definitely want those to pay the, pay the bill.
Ah,
Yeah, it was tough.
nice.
I think some people are either under the impression that you're waiting tables and making money doing it.
Yeah.
Or
You
maybe
mean
love it.
hourly wage?
Right.
Yeah.
Or you love it so much that they don't really need to leave it.
Yeah. I did come across people, not just in the food service experience that I've had, but at other jobs where if you come off too chipper, a lot of the people you wait on, be it at the cash register or at the table itself, will say, "Dude, what are you on?
Right.
You have I know what job you have," because I think a lot of people who wait tables go into restaurants and they're like, "You are way too chipper."
Right.
For me, it's a simple philosophy. I spend far too much time at work to not enjoy it.
Right.
I have to enjoy myself, otherwise I will quit, and that's happened.
Right.
It's that moment where I'm like, you know what? The balance is thrown. I'm gonna go ahead and quit, and the managers always understand it.
Yeah.